Here's a hard truth most Toyota owners don't want to hear. A huge percentage of expensive repairs don't come from bad engineering. They come from how the car is started, driven, and ignored in the first few minutes of operation. I've watched Toyotas run to 300,000 miles with barely a hiccup, and I've seen the same models wiped out before 100,000 for reasons that had nothing to do with defects. And it almost always starts the same way, literally, when you turn the key or press the button. This first section is about common starting mistakes that quietly turn reliable Toyotas into money pits. None of these feel dramatic in the moment. That's why they're so dangerous. If you want your Toyota to stay boring, dependable, and cheap to own, pay attention here. Before we get into the first one, top like if you plan on keeping your Toyota long term. Comment your year, model, and mileage too. I see every comment, and other owners learn more from those than any owner's manual ever written. Now let's get into it. Mistake number 1. Ignoring warning lights and new noises at startup. Toyota dashboards don't light up for fun. When something comes on, even briefly, it's because a system saw something it didn't like. Most people shrug it off because the car still runs fine. And honestly, a lot of the time, it is minor. But that small percentage of times it isn't? That's where the 4-figure bills come from. A brief rattle on cold start. A faint knock that goes away. A chirp, hum, or squeal you didn't hear last week. These are early warnings, not background noise. I've had Camry and RAV4 owners come in saying it's probably nothing, only to find low oil pressure, a failing water pump, or a transmission bearing starting to go. Knocking or metallic tapping often points to oil-related issues. Grinding or whining can mean accessory bearings or drivetrain components. A humming noise that changes with speed can be wheel bearings, or transmission wear if it happens in gear. And here's the Toyota-specific part people miss. Toyotas are quiet by design. When a Toyota starts making noise, it's usually trying to tell you something early, before it gets expensive. Even if you scan it and no codes show up, don't ignore it. Mechanical problems don't always trigger electronics right away. That's how $150 fixes quietly become $1,500 ones. If something sounds off at startup, shut it down, check the basics, and figure out severity before driving. Which brings us to the next mistake. Mistake number 2. Not checking fluids because Toyota will warn me. Modern Toyotas are smart, but they're not mind readers. Oil level, coolant, brake fluid, transmission fluid where applicable, power steering on older models. These still matter, and waiting for a dashboard light is waiting too long. Toyota engines are tolerant, but they're not invincible. Running low on oil, even a quart, increases heat dramatically. Heat kills seals, bearings, and timing components faster than almost anything else. I've seen 4-cylinder Toyotas survive abuse that would destroy other brands, but I've also seen Camry and Highlander spun bearings because the owner assumed the car would warn them before damage started. Some engines burn oil slowly without triggering immediate alerts. By the time the oil pressure light comes on, the damage is already happening. Checking fluids once a month takes 5 minutes. Skipping it can cost an engine. And this matters even more when conditions aren't normal. Mistake number 3. Cold starting and revving immediately. This one quietly kills engines, especially in winter. When you start a cold engine, oil is thick. It hasn't reached bearings, cam journals, or valve timing components yet. Revving right away increases load before lubrication catches up. Toyota engines rely on tight tolerances and oil pressure to protect moving parts. On cold starts, especially below freezing, that oil needs time. Not much, but enough. 30 seconds to a minute of idle is all it takes in most conditions. That small pause dramatically reduces wear over the life of the engine. Turbocharged Toyotas are even more sensitive. Turbos spin insanely fast, and oil starvation, even briefly, shortens their life. I've seen turbo failures that traced back to aggressive cold starts, not bad parts. Cold weather doesn't mean warm it for 10 minutes. It means don't rush it, which leads into the next mistake. Mistake number 4. Cranking too long when the engine doesn't start. When a Toyota doesn't start right away, people panic and hold the key or button like it owes them money. That's a mistake. Extended cranking overheats the starter, drains the battery, and can flood the engine with fuel. 15 seconds is plenty. If it doesn't start, stop. Let things cool for 30 seconds and try again. If it still won't start after a few attempts, something else is wrong, and forcing it only makes repairs more expensive. Starters are cheaper than engines, but neither should be abused. Mistake number 5. Starting in extreme heat without preparation. Heat is just as destructive as cold, sometimes worse. Starting a Toyota that's already overheated or low on coolant is asking for head gasket trouble. Aluminum engines don't forgive heat spikes. Warped heads and blown gaskets don't announce themselves until it's too late. If your temperature gauge is climbing, don't just get home. Shut it down. Let it cool. Check coolant levels and leaks. I've seen people turn a hose that costs $50 into a $2,000 repair by refusing to wait. This is where we stop for this section, because the next set of mistakes mostly affects older Toyotas, and the logic changes depending on age and design. If this already made you rethink how you start your car, hit subscribe. The goal here isn't fear, it's keeping Toyotas running long after most people give up on them. Next, we'll get into what changes with age and why older Toyotas need a slightly different approach to starting and warming up. This is where a lot of Toyota owners get tripped up. They hear advice meant for brand new cars and apply it to a 15 or 20-year-old Toyota that plays by different rules. Older Toyotas are incredibly durable, but they're also less forgiving when you ignore age, wear, and basic mechanical realities. Mistake number 6. Treating an older Toyota like it's brand new. Here's the truth nobody likes to admit. A 2005 Corolla and a 2022 Corolla are not the same machine, even if both say Toyota on the hood. Older engines have looser tolerances, older seals, and components that have already lived a long life. That doesn't make them weak, it just means they need a little respect. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people hopping into an older Toyota, starting it, and immediately driving hard because it's a Toyota, it can take it. Cold oil in an older engine takes longer to reach worn bearings and Velvetrain components. That first minute matters more than people realize. You don't need a 10-minute warm-up. But you do need to avoid hard acceleration, high RPM, or heavy load until the engine temperature needle starts moving. That small habit alone can add years to an older Toyota's life. Mistake number 7. Skipping inspections on a car that's been sitting. This one ruins perfectly good Toyotas. A car that hasn't been driven in months is not ready to start like nothing happened. Fluids degrade, rubber dries out, fuel breaks down, batteries weaken. Rodents get curious. I've seen people fire up a Toyota that sat for a year and destroy injectors, fuel pumps, or bearings within minutes. Not because the car was bad, but because the owner rushed it. If a Toyota has been parked long-term, do this before starting it. Check the battery voltage. Inspect oil for sludge or contamination. Look at coolant level and condition. Check belts and hoses for cracks. Inspect wiring for rodent damage. Check tire condition and pressure. Fuel is a big one. Old gas turns into varnish. That junk goes straight through the fuel system if you start it without thinking. If fuel smells sour or looks dark, drain it or dilute it properly before starting. Starting an engine full of degraded fluids is one of the fastest ways to turn a reliable Toyota into a tow truck story. Mistake number 8. Ignoring corrosion at the battery and grounds. Electrical problems on older Toyotas almost always start at the battery. Not the alternator, not the ECU. Corroded terminals restrict current flow. That causes slow cranking, hard starts, warning lights, and random electrical behavior that sends people chasing ghosts. White, green, or bluish powder on the terminals isn't cosmetic. It's resistance. Clean terminals, clean grounds, and tight connections fix more mystery problems than any scanner ever will. I've seen Toyotas come in with owners convinced the transmission or engine computer was failing, and the fix was a $5 brush and 10 minutes of cleaning. Mistake number 9. Driving off immediately in carbureted or early FI Toyotas. This applies mostly to very old Toyotas, carbureted engines, and early fuel injection systems. These engines need a moment to stabilize fuel mixture. Jumping straight into traffic can cause stalling, sputtering, or uneven idle, especially in cold weather. Let it idle briefly. Let the fuel system settle. Then drive gently until things warm up. Modern Toyotas don't need this. Older ones often do. Knowing the difference matters. Mistake number 10. Forgetting how age affects seals and gaskets. Older Toyotas don't usually fail catastrophically. They seep, drip, and slowly lose fluids. That's normal aging, not abuse. The mistake is ignoring it. A small oil seep today becomes low oil tomorrow. A coolant drip becomes overheating next week. Starting an engine low on fluids is far more dangerous than people realize. If your Toyota is older, check levels more often. Not because it's unreliable, because it's earned the right to be monitored. And here's the key mindset shift. Older Toyotas reward attention, not neglect. Before we move on, quick question. If you drive an older Toyota, comment the year and mileage. Those high-mile comments help newer owners understand just how long these cars can last when treated right. Now, we're getting into the what was I thinking mistakes, the ones that instantly create expensive damage and make mechanics shake their heads. These are the ones you only need to make once to regret them, because this is where even smart Toyota owners slip up. Not because they don't care, but because they believed a myth, rushed a decision, or ignored something that didn't feel urgent yet. These are the mistakes that don't slowly wear a car down, they flip a switch and create immediate, expensive problems. If you've owned Toyotas long enough, you've either seen these happen or barely avoided them. Mistake number 11. Ignoring scheduled maintenance because it's a Toyota. This one hurts the most because Toyotas earn trust, and that trust gets abused. Yes, Toyota builds conservative, over-engineered vehicles. But even the best engine in the world can't survive dirty oil, contaminated coolant, or neglected filters forever. I've seen engines lose compression, overheat, or spin bearings simply because oil change intervals were stretched too far. Not skipped, stretched. People tell themselves, "I'll do it next month." It still sounds fine. It's not leaking. By the time the symptoms show up, the damage is already done. Routine maintenance isn't a scam, it's how Toyotas reach 300,000 plus miles without drama. Skip it, and you turn a long-term asset into a short-term liability. Mistake number 12. Trusting start-stop systems without thinking long-term. Many newer Toyotas come equipped with start-stop systems designed to save fuel. On paper, they work. In reality, they trade fuel savings for mechanical stress. Every restart adds wear to the starter motor, ring gear, and battery. Yes, Toyota uses stronger components, but stronger doesn't mean immune. The batteries cost more. The starters cost more. And the wear adds up quietly. If your Toyota allows you to disable start-stop, use it, especially in traffic, heat, or stop-and-go driving. Saving a few dollars in fuel isn't worth replacing a battery or starter early. Mistake number 13. Twisting the key after the engine is already running. This sounds small. It's not. Turning the key again once the engine has started slams the starter gear into a spinning flywheel. That grinding noise is metal on metal, and every time it happens, teeth wear down. Once the flywheel teeth are damaged, the repair isn't small. The transmission often has to come out. If you're ever unsure whether the engine is running, turn it off completely, then restart. That's always safer than forcing the key. Mistake number 14. Misfueling or using the wrong oil. This one can end an engine instantly. Putting gasoline in a diesel Toyota or diesel in a gas Toyota is more common than people admit. Same with using the wrong oil viscosity because it was close enough. If you realize you made this mistake, do not start the engine. Push the vehicle away from the pump, call for a tow. Drain the system properly. Starting the engine spreads contamination everywhere. Fuel pump, injectors, sensors, bearings. A tow bill is cheap. An engine rebuild isn't. Mistake number 15. Ignoring small leaks and calling them normal. Yes, older Toyotas can seep oil, but there's a difference between a damp gasket and a system slowly bleeding out. Oil leaks lower lubrication. Coolant leaks cause overheating. Brake fluid leaks remove stopping power. Every one of those starts small and ends expensive if ignored. If you see a leak, monitor it. Measure it. Fix it when it becomes active, not when it becomes catastrophic. Mistake number 16. Starting and driving aggressively after long storage. A Toyota that's been parked for months is vulnerable. Oil drains from surfaces. Seals dry. Fuel degrades. Starting and immediately driving hard can score bearings, clog injectors, or damage pumps. When a car has been sitting, start it. Let it idle. Listen carefully. Watch for warning lights. Drive gently at first. Rushing this process turns a perfectly good Toyota into a repair case. Mistake number 17. Believing myths instead of understanding your car. Some of the worst damage I've seen came from bad advice. Overusing additives. Revving cold engines. Ignoring warning lights. Chasing cheap fixes. Toyotas reward calm, consistent care. They punish shortcuts. That's the real secret. If this video saved you from even one mistake, hit like and subscribe, and comment your Toyota year and mileage, because those comments prove what these cars are capable of when treated right. Toyota ownership isn't about luck, it's about not doing the few things that quietly destroy great engines.